tell how they do things in Estonia. And then we have Felicita, who is co-founder of RoboHub, and she will give example of what we organizations do here in Latvia to get more kids inspired about modeling, robotics, and technology. And then prepare if you have any announcements. We will have an announcements part. You can shout out any news, any events you know, or anything you want to share with us tonight. And then networking and drinks and snacks in the end of the room. And this event is supported and snacks are brought by Tel Aviv Shared Service Center. So thank you, Tel Aviv. So yeah, education and kids. And why should we talk about it? Why should we bother to get more kids interested in technology? There are some facts that show why should we bother. So if we don't make change, if we leave things as they are now, by 2022, engineering and IT might lack of 16,000 employees. And with the current students' interests and the current demographics, by 2022, we might have 30% less IT students than we have now. And to have more students in IT-related programs and higher institutions, we need to work with kids as soon as possible. And the Tel Aviv Shared Service Center research shows that only 2% girls and 12% boys currently in the 8th grade are considering IT as their future career. And we will see examples of probably where this image of IT industry is created and what can we do to improve it. But obviously, current public education program and system don't encourage and don't show the best part of IT industry that we know. And what current education system does to prepare our future computer economy and information age specialists? Well, nothing much. The National Center of Education 2014 years data shows that only 10% schools have programming as an elective course, and it's not part of curriculum because we don't have programming in our curriculum. So I believe that by now the data is better because a lot of organizations are working to improve it. But so yeah, schools don't have programming, and this is not a big number, but still, imagine there are schools in Latvia that don't have any computer labs. So what are we talking about? How can we improve it if we don't have basic equipment? And this might seem like a hell of a struggle to change education system. Like when I say public education and school program, this sounds like an impossible mission. But still, there are organizations, there are individuals, there are passionate enthusiasts who are trying to make change. And we will have two examples here tonight. Local organization RoboHub, and we'll see how our neighbors do it. So there's a hope that we can all together change it. I'll share examples. But in a closer look, public education currently. So in elementary school, we don't have any informatics related courses. In the primary school, system teaches how to basically switch on and off computer, and shows Microsoft Office programs and how to present something in PowerPoint, how to learn Excel, or how to format your Word document. But obviously it's not enough, and in high school you learn again this Office programs. Then the system teaches you to make a database in Access, which is a Microsoft Office program, and to create your first homepage in Microsoft front page. And this program has been developed in 2008 and haven't been much updated ever since. And if we try to imagine what was 2008, it was a time when we didn't have smartphones, so widely used. It was a time when all social networks or all communication tools we use now, they were probably founded, but they weren't so widely used again. So the scene was totally different, and we see the gap, what schools teach and what kids currently use, and there's a huge gap in between it, and there's no chance that kids will be inspired by technology or industry with such program. But the bright side is that there are people working to create a new program, and started a foundation that works in close cooperation with public sector, National Center for Education. They're creating a new program, and it could be translated into, I won't translate it, but so there's a program that tries to connect theoretical courses, implement programming from first grade, and to give this knowledge into context. So the program will look approximately learning from first grade basic concepts, ethics and security, then starting fourth grade, starting to introduce algorithms and basics of programming. Later, kids can choose specialization or the context they want to apply this knowledge. And in high school, it's all around their interests. So they will apply all technical courses into their interests. I didn't find the approximate plan when this could be implemented. I saw somewhere 10 years, somewhere less. I hope that this program will be still updated and up to date when it will be implemented. Yeah, let's hope for best. But while we wait public education system to adapt to information age and to create good, promising professionals, there are a lot of things we as parents, we as industry representatives, we as passionate individuals can do to inspire more kids to learn and be inspired by technology. And that's basically after-school activities. And in Latvia, there are several organizations working to improve the situation. One of them is Started. That's a foundation that focuses on educating teachers, gathering materials, that focuses kids from 6th to 8th or 9th grade. Correct me if I'm wrong. Emil, who's the founder of CEO of Started, and he's among us. So yeah, they try to change the public education system. They gather materials, they educate teachers, and they have a network of 150 something schools. So there's a hope that things will be changed with Started. Learn IT is programming classes for kids. That's a paid program. It's 25 something euro per month, and they focus on kids from 3rd to 4th grade. There's a RoboHub, we'll hear their story. Riga TechGirls is also organizing coding workshops for kids and for women. And there are smaller and bigger organizations like it's an organization of technical creativity, and they have programming course. But there also are universities like Riga, like Latvian Technical University, who's also organizing some programming for kids. And again, they're individuals who are passionate about it, and they organize after-school activities around them. And people that we don't even know about, but they're in different corners of Latvia, and they make change, they organize things. Like there's a small town in Kurobinja where informatics teacher organizes 3D printing course, and she teaches girls how to print jewelry. And that's maybe a good start to get more kids inspired about technology. So there are organizations and they're passionate people who make change. And we hope that it's for best, and I think that's the place we can start. And also, proactive teachers and proactive parents, they can find a lot of resources on internet. And one of the things kids can do is take classes from some learning environments and some kits and learning materials that are already online. One of them is Hour of Code, Scratch, which is a block-based visual programming language, easier to understand for parents and kids. And Kodu is a Microsoft learning environment. Lego has some learning materials and kits for connecting hardware and basics of programming, so you can make Lego creatures moving. It's really engaging and inspiring. And then there are a lot of books. Some of them are in Latvian, and in Zvaigznājas bookstore I've seen 3 translated into Latvian, but I would like to promote 2 of them. And there are books written by Linda Liukas. One is a book about computers and how computers are made, really engaging, illustrated way how she tells what a computer is made of. And the first book, the yellow one, that's the basics of programming. Also exercises and tasks, how to talk and how to explain algorithmic thinking. So proactive parents, teachers, they have online materials to use and inspire. So I would like to just motivate you to make change while we wait. The slow education system is changing, but I hope for the best, and I know that with us, the change will happen. So without further ado, I would like to invite our first speaker, Mari-Liis Lind from Estonia. And yeah, she will tell about Tech Sisters and TechGirls, and let's see how they do things.
Hey. Absolutely.
I'll put it here.
Someone move forward. Just down. Or up.
All right. Hi, I'm Mari-Liis. So what I do daily is I'm a freelance design manager and product and service strategist. I am one of the co-founders of Tech Sisters, kind of sister organization to Riga TechGirls. And I am the initiator of TechGirls initiative that we're mostly talking about today. So, but about me, how I ended up in tech, that is kind of accidental. So I started out as a lawyer, and I worked as a lawyer for starters, and then when Estonia joined the EU, I started working for a EU fund structural funds program as a program manager. And after a while, the Skype founding engineers had founded their own venture capital company, and they were looking for someone to manage the fund or be the investment scout there, look for new interesting technology startups to invest in. And I joined the team, and suddenly I was in the tech world with no previous knowledge in tech. I had good knowledge in finances, I had good knowledge in legal stuff, in assessing teams, but not really anything about assessing tech as such. And that was 10 years ago today, more or less, yes, in 2007. And then I needed to start learning something by myself, and this is when actually, for me, the idea of getting more women active in tech in Estonia stemmed from. Basically, at that point, all the events where I went, I was kind of the only girl. And I'm not saying that it's a problem by itself to be an only girl in a group of guys, but after a while, like, I started feeling that it would be so much nicer to have other women around, or learn from their experience, or ask from them what are the struggles for them, and where to learn stuff from them. And so fast forward 10 years, we are Today I do brand and business development for one of the fastest growing city festivals in Estonia, Tallinn Music Week, which will be in Tallinn in 2 weeks' time, and I do service design for Estonian, like Startup Estonia ecosystem. So I work with startups, I work for startups, I work for the community, like Garage 48 Hackathon, and for the community hubs, such as this here, I do consultancy for them. But I'm not here to talk about myself, but Tech Sisters, the organization that we have, we founded that in 2012, and our aim is to inspire, encourage, and educate women in technology. So basically the same same motto that you have, we have also encouraged there, and that's basically what we do. We do like very entry-level stuff. We want to bring more women in tech. So it's altogether it's 4 types of events that we do, or 4 types of activities. There's monthly meetups. We started in a very similar format like yours, in a hub. During the first year, all our monthly meetups took place in Garage 48 hub. Then we felt, okay, the hub kind of is not enough anymore. People are not excited to come to the same space. So we took the format all over the city. So each time it takes place in a different tech company, in a startup or a corporate, or sometimes even I don't know, educational institution. And while for the first 3 years the formats were that there's a speaker or a couple of speakers presenting during the meetup, and then there's mix and mingle drinks and talks. And then now we're trying out a new format where we do panel discussions on topics that are at our heart. So that's one part. In these events, I would say that about 70% of attending people are people who work in tech. They're mostly women, but also men, and about 30% are people who are considering switching careers or want to know what tech IT. And that's really, really very basic skills. You need no previous knowledge at all. And well, what we've done is HTML, CSS, some Python, some JavaScript, some, I don't know, front-end development, design, mobile app prototyping, kind of like giving the initial understanding of different fields in tech. Then we do lobby and advocacy for women in tech, so we participate in roundtables at ministries speaking about why we need more women in tech, or we talk in press about the issues, why there's a gender gap in technology, and why there's a gender gap in a lot of other industries as well, for that matter. And then there's a number of different collaborations we do. So over the years, we've done some film screenings on for documentaries that